Hello everyone, welcome back. This is round number 2 of Tuesday Night Modern and the final night of the July Modern League here at Top Deck Productions. I'm Jake Valentine, joined by Adam Olds, currently on his phone.
I'm just introducing our Sincere Magic Group and the new Overlord.
Who's the new Overlord?
David Applegate. Sincere Monster Games from now on.
Again, this is the final night of the Top Deck Productions July Modern League. Both these players are live for prizes. Mark Larson has the advantage. Mark Larson. He came in with a 3-point advantage against Phil Jones. He won his first round in turns. Phil won on camera.
They drew.
They drew, and his opponent scooped to him.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
So just to give a quick recap, Justin Gebbing came in tonight at 27 points in second. He won. Mark Larson with 24 points. He won. Phil Jones with 21 points. He won. And then Chuck Bredefurter, Patrick Aguilar, and Robert Meadows, all with 21 points, all lost their first round match.
All right, so
we have Mark Larson with Amulet Titan on the left. This is his deck. He knows it in and out. Phil Jones once again on the right. With
let me play this Ghost Quarter. So if you don't know about Amulet Titan, it works with the Amulet of Vigor, which causes lands to come into play untapped as a trigger. So all the bounce lands from Ravnica, or the quote-unquote Karus, they come into play tapped, and then they untap with a trigger. So what you do is you power out these lands using a Lost but Seeking. You used use Summerloon, play 3 extra additional lands a turn, and then
card's banned now, though.
It is banned. They should have just banned the Amulet, but you know, that's the actual card to blame here. Yeah, Mono Phil Jones stream. Yeah, because he's playing for the prize.
Yeah, Phil is playing for prizes. We want to make sure.
Don't actually like this by Phil.
What is that? You just don't think it doesn't do anything here?
Yeah, so I'm worried that Mark's just going to win, right? Because he has everything he needs right here.
Mark has a Tyler Tracker in hand. Let's draw some extra cards.
He could have a lot of nothing in his hand.
He does.
Ooh, main deck Tyler Tracker. That's interesting.
His payoff card is Tyler Tracker here.
Well, he also has an Azusa in his hand.
Azusa, 3 lands, explosives, and
a Soccer Tribe Scout. So his 3 extra. His 3 additional.
He can play all his lands here.
Yeah. So he does this. He's going to untap the Boros Garrison. He's going to bounce the Gemstone Cavern.
Yes. That'll be another land here. Is the Boros Garrison.
Super fast Batman. That's interesting. That is an interesting theory. All right. So he plays Tyler's Tracker. All right.
Tyler Tracker is the payoff card here. Note, no Primal Titan just yet.
Jake's getting all up in my Kool-Aid. All right, so Phil with the oh man, he's gonna get. Oh, he actually can't pay here, which is interesting. Nope, cannot pay. All right, so actually this worked out because Mark did not have the payoff right there.
Correct, yeah. Mark has no payoff.
So, because this is the line that I thought it should take. Although, if I'm Phil, I probably want to kill the Boros Garrison. But Phil would have to know a lot about the deck.
Do you think Phil's familiar with this deck? I mean, it hasn't really done much of anything.
No, the only people around here that played it were Billy and Mark.
Mark hasn't been here in a hot minute.
Yeah,
but he's back with a vengeance in this July Modern League.
So we're fixing something on our end real quick, so that's why we're talking intermittently.
So without Mark having this Titan, his Slayer West, never mind. I'm about to say he doesn't really have a way to win this game just yet, but
because he needs Boros Garrison to use Slayer Stronghold.
Correct, yes. That allows him to get the haste from the Primal Titan and attack immediately.
Yeah, so I think they play the most, and I'd have to look up let me just go ahead and look up the deck list so I'm not shooting from the hip, although I do that most of the time. So Boros Garrison, Power Slayer Stronghold. This gives Vigilance and Haste and +2/+0, so this is how they start the combo.
Yes.
And if by combo I mean play a big idiot,
and attack,
give it haste and double strike, yes, and then 16 you. Or they can play more than one Primal Titan. So I wonder if this is going to be a metagame deck. So I'm going to, for those of you that ever want to find deck lists, I highly suggest MTG Goldfish. They do a good job of compiling all results from large events or from Magic Online events. Well, it's definitely not a budget deck. but it's not a. I guess we're gonna have to go down the. Or just keep them off Titan. They're not gonna. So, yeah, Logan. I don't know if he can keep off Titan. I don't know if he can keep off Titan here.
Yeah, I think you are correct, Alberta. There's really nothing in this matchup other than
It only did because Mark happened to tap out. Had he had a crew in his hand, it would have done nothing because it just put it in.
Yes. I mean, there's a couple basics in Mark's deck, but I mean, other than that, Mark plays so many lands, it just doesn't matter. I feel like in the grand scheme of things.
Amulet Titan, here we go. Yeah, Arbiter only does a lot if you have out a Primal Titan, but you just have to pay it once to search. Mm-hmm. You just have to pay the 2 mana once. If you have 2 Arbiters, you have to pay 2 twice.
Arbiter Bite the Dust from this Engineered Explosives, and Mark will draw like another Engineered Explosives.
Yeah, so the deck list I'm looking at only plays 1 Boris Garrison. So if you take them off the Garrison, they play 4 Gruul Turf, 4 Gemstone Mine, 4 Simic Growth Chamber. Because you'd think that we're going to take them off a Green Source, but that actually doesn't really matter because they actually play Basic Forest.
Yes.
They play a couple now.
There's the Colony Garden there from Mark. He's going to get a little plant. There
so Boros Garrison is the land that they literally never want to draw. They don't want to draw Slayer Stronghold or Boros Garrison ever.
You want to
or Sun. They also don't want to draw Sunhome Fortress of the Legion. Yeah, you want those strictly in your deck because you want to play Primal Titan and then use Primal Titan to get them out with the Amulet effect. So this is going to be a long uphill battle for Phil because if Mark draws a blue-colored land that has a bounce land, he can put it into play. He can just tap it and he can transmit to Lair West.
Correct.
And then go get a Summoner's Pact and get Primal Titan.
Are you surprised then that Phil is not Ghost Coring away the Lair West? Another Blade Splicer from Bill.
I just again I'd get his Boros Garrison, but if that was all he had in play, probably not.
Ghost Coder number 2.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ghost Coder number 2 there for Phil.
They play at least 3 to Lair West, so I'm not sure that's an effective way to fight the deck.
Okay. He's going to crack the Ghost Quarter. He's going to get the Garrison. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we got it the second time.
Mark has no way to get the red-white mana now.
Yeah, because again, their choke point is not green mana. Their choke point is the red-white land itself. Yes. Other ways to win. They're kind of slim on ways to win main deck if you keep them off the Primal Titan.
He has a Ballista that can make really big with lots of mana, but again, you're primarily getting Titans
Ballista's not traditionally a main deck card. Sometimes, but I don't believe it usually is. But yeah, that's another you can transmute for it because it's a.
It is a 0 drop.
It is a 0.
Forest number 2 there from Mark, and he's just going to pass that the turn.
Yep. So I don't think it actually mattered here that he took him off the. Again, Mark needs to draw literally any Karoo. Or any bounce land here.
Phil's going to keep the beats coming in. Mark down to 12. Here is
Mirran Crusader.
Mirran Crusader.
Which is a very, very quick clock. So Phil's actually representing, what, 8? Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's actually representing lethal next turn.
But Mark does have that Engineered Explosives in hand, but he has ways to add.
Yeah, he could just EE for 3 here.
He drew a green card for the turn.
Oh, Spence. It is main deck. Okay. Yeah, just the sample list I pulled up. Does not have it. Let's look at this.
It does have it, main board, in that sample list.
Where? Oh, it's a creature. I lied. That's one. Okay, I was looking under artifacts.
Do you know that a Walking Ballista is a creature?
I did not. This one also has a 1 Rex Sage main deck. That's interesting. Did you know the Amulet of Vigor deck plays 4 Amulet of Vigors?
I did know that, yes.
I didn't. I'm lying.
Looks like Mark is debating playing this Explosives on 3. Do you feel like he has to here?
Yeah, he actually can't block the Mirran Crusader.
He's a play.
Yeah, plays it for 3.
Play for 3.
I like this.
Do you think he should just crack it immediately?
I mean, what's the? It actually doesn't matter if he cracks it immediately or not. A Resto Angel doesn't do anything.
What if Flicker Wisp does something?
Flicker Wisp, you just literally crack it when Flicker Wisp targeted. Okay. Like so it would kill both.
Phil's going to jam in with everything. He's going to just come with everything. He says, well, I'm going to blow up my board at some point, Mark. But I'm going to make you force the issue, and he'll do just that. So Phil's board pretty much goes away. Yep. Azusa.
Mark valuing the 2 creatures because he effectively has almost as many land drops as he... Well, he does have as many land drops as Sousa.
Yes.
So
he's also empty-handed, so it's not really going to matter that much.
Yeah. So like their entire deck is lands. Like they play 20. This deck plays 28. Yeah, but so hard now. Or Ren's saying this is a sad Titan game, but sometimes you get these games.
Is that a
Mirror Entity?
Mirror Entity. Drafting a card. I think Mark did not draw a land. No, Zeus number 2.
What's up, 21 Miguel's? Another Azusa. So can he live? He can make them 4. So Mark is at 9. He can live.
Yes.
If Phil plays a land, Mark actually has to block 2 things.
He's going to Path Azusa.
Okay, I don't. This actually doesn't change the clock at all. It does keep the busted play a bounce land, bounce the same bounce land, play a bounce land, bounce the same bounce land for a billion.
Which may be relevant.
It could very well be relevant. Again, live draws here are literally any Karoo. So it doesn't matter what Mark blocks here. I think I'm still actually just blocking the Mirror Entity because it makes Phil waste all of his mana.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Because the biggest you can get is 3/3s. So Mirror Entity makes all your creatures X's, where X is the mana you pay into it. Mirror Entity is a 1/1. So Mark makes the block there.
Yes.
Phil's going to take a damage off his Horizon Canopy.
Phil takes the 1 with 18 markers down to 3.
So one time, Primal Titan.
One time. What do we got, dealer? We got it's the Primal Titan.
But he can't haste it.
No, he can't.
But he can get a Kalani Garden.
Yes, he can. Here we go. Primal Titan.
No, it plays 1 Kalani Garden. No, he just gets a bounce land.
Yeah.
He's going to. He'll probably get Radiant Fountain.
Radiant Fountain bounce land.
Yeah, or looks like he's getting Flare West
and a Vesuva. That's what he has at the front. There's a
Radiant Fountain. He needs to be able to bounce.
Yes.
The Kalani Garden at the very least because he needs 3 blockers because Mark is at 3. Of course, he's just dead to literally any Flicker Wisp or any Path. Although Phil's already used Path, he hasn't used Flicker Wisp yet. So either of those could be live draws.
We're going to see what Mark gets. Very important tutor here. Looks like he's getting 2 of the bounce lands, so maybe. He had the blue-green one and the red-green one to the front of his deck. Double Synchro Chamber, okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. CS83. It was kind of it was forced because he already had a million mana. Like what it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Like I'm at this point because Phil is the quote unquote beatdown because Mark is on his back foot for the entire time. I'm probably just saving it until all right, up arrow, yeah, up cart. I'm probably just saving the card until I see the only card that matters, and that's Primal Titan.
Yes.
Because he's at such a high life total, so he's actually just setting up Flare West for next turn.
Go.
So do you have removal?
Draw.
What was it? It looked like a white card in the white deck.
Looks like a Thalia.
Yeah. That's not going to do it. So Phil has to be careful here.
The Heretic Cathar would have been nice last turn. I don't think he has the removal or the Flicker Wisp.
Yeah, I think I just go into autopilot if he does. I'm like, all right, get rid of your guy and kill you.
Yes.
Which actually it's actually still not lethal though.
He has some Militia Buglers though.
Yeah. The
That's true. It's not lethal.
The Flicker Wisp play is especially not lethal. And the problem with that is the Primal Titan's going to come back into play.
Yes.
But you have to tap through your mana, so you attack, and Mark just blocks a 2/3/3s, and the Mirror Entity gets in for 1, which is also problematic. So
that's not lethal.
It is not lethal. 1 is less than 3.
What's the play here for Phil? He got the 2 Buglers. He's got at least 1 Thalia, if not 2 as well.
Well,
that might be his entire hand.
My worry is that if you let Mark untap, he can kill you, right? Because what's the worst that happens? Mark gets. So Mark attacks. He could, with triggers, give the Titan double strike, so that's 12 damage, but Phil's at 17, so he doesn't care.
He also has no Boris Garrison tutor up either. That's the important thing.
Yeah, but he does have Gemstone Mine.
He apparently has an X 10 thanks to the Resto in Phil's hand.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Either this is not good. I don't like this, because Mark just goes block, block, block. My scout's blocking the entity. I probably wouldn't block like that. Yeah, CS83. You could definitely do that. Mark might have wanted to block the scout on the 1/1.
Here's the beauty. I don't think he has the resto in hand though. I don't.
So you can, and CS83's point is fantastic because the untap is a trigger.
Yes.
So it does go on the stacks. You do have the priority to Ghost Quarter it.
Arbiter off the Bugler. But no land to follow up. He just has Bugler number 2.
I think I'm just going to take him off whatever.
Thalia.
Mark's just going to merely go to attacks. He's got to figure out his mana. So I'm thinking the other line is if he has the ability to give it double strike, otherwise he could transmute for Tolaire West, but how much he can't make that much mana to get there with
Transmute and Summer's Pact.
He can't get Walking Ballista. He's also burned his engineered explosive. So I'm not sure what other win conditions he has outside of just out primal tightening. He can still, of course, just keep bouncing the Clony Guard and getting another blocker, and then another blocker, then another blocker.
He has a Tribe Scout in the hand, too, so that's another blocker.
Yeah, so if he makes 2 blockers and there's no removal, then he can go to 1, right? Because you just take the Bugler, because the Bugler's only a 2/3.
And 1 is not 0.
That is correct. I played the foosball in the college, but I heard from a wise man that 1 is not 0. Is 0 0? Is anything 0?
0 is 0.
Can anything be nothing?
0 is kind of
like my chances at having a happy life, Jake. Is that 0?
You'll have a happy life.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, I think Mark just crashes in. Yeah, let's get it, boys. So we're gonna put Phil to the test here. I hope Phil's not thinking about ghost courting before, because Mark's just going to
be very happy with that decision.
Yeah, 110%. Oh man.
He's going to ghost court before. Interesting.
Interesting. So that takes him off. No, that doesn't take him off anything. He's playing it thinking, man, I wish this was Brightling. Yeah, Mirror Entity is kind of is Phil's kind of. Mono White is kind of. He also doesn't play Thraben Inspector. Interesting enough.
While these players figure out what's going to go on, for those of you that have Movie Pass, I want to give you a heads up that they're going to raise the price to $15 a month, if they can last that long next month.
I mean, they've been hemorrhaging money for a while, right?
Yeah, but it got to the point now where people were not able to see Mission Impossible this past weekend because they just flat out did not have enough money.
Yeah, who cares? Stop supporting Tom Cruise.
I like the Mission Impossible movie.
I did too, and then Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. He doesn't age. All right, so you get Raiden Fountain. What is it, a Gruul Turf?
That's what it looks like. Yeah, Raiden Fountain, Gruul Turf there.
Going to bounce Clony Garden, yep. So he's going to go up to 5.
He's going to get some more blockers. He's going to deal some damage. Phil's going to take...
Yeah, remember he also has Tolaire West in his hand.
Yes, he does.
Vials are in Phil's list. That is correct. Yep. All right, so he crashed in for 6. Phil takes the 6. Mark is probably going to transmute here for Summoner's Pact. He's going to pact for another Titan. All right. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana on the table. He's going to get 2 untap triggers. Oh, he's just getting Ballista. Interesting. So that's only for 3.
It's for 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's only for 3. Well, 4, because he hasn't played land for turn yet, correct? Yep. He can do it for 4. He gets a plant. He can hit a walking.
He didn't say go, did he?
4. He did not say go, no. He just pointed to the Clony Garden.
I think he's just going to play 2 blockers. So he's going to have 3 blockers here to make sure that he can live. So he doesn't have the Boros Garrison or the mana to activate it. That was the problem with that.
Correct.
Pack for Titan, double swing, and kill Phil. He could if he had the Boros Garrison.
Draw there from Phil. It is a... You're not going to go look at it.
Yeah, so Mark just plays it for 4. That lets him kill one of the attackers and then block also. So block and kill.
Phil had the opening this game, don't get me wrong, but he was able to close the door. Mark knows this deck inside and out.
He don't search the land for Ghost Quarter. Yeah, he did. All right, so Phil's just going to scoop him up. Again, I didn't like that tack last turn of giving away the Mirror Entity. I felt he should just extend his board out.
Yes.
And then go wide. Because if Mark's just getting life off of Raiden Fountain, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. But
yeah, you need to go wide, and then eventually, when the time is right, sort of alpha swing out. Yeah. Try to make, because Mark has to attack him at some point, yeah. Right?
So after board, I don't really like creature decks against Amulet, because Amulet is a combo deck that relies on creatures. So to me, it's almost like Valakut. Like Path to Exile only gets you so far, right? If you don't have, it's the same thing playing against like Tron. If you don't have a meaningful clock and then pressure them, I just don't see it getting done.
Yeah.
Is Garrison in the graveyard? Second Titan searches for it. Yeah, but how did you get the mana to activate it? Because he only had green and blue mana in play.
It was definitely a situation to where Phil was able to.
Because Phil took him off the gemstone.
Yeah, took him off the gemstone. Took him off the garrison very early.
So unless there's a line I'm seeing there, then feel free to let me know, because I don't play this deck. It's way too hard.
I played it a long time ago.
I look at hands when you get this land, because like I used to room with Mark and like, all right, I got 6 lands and an amulet. I'm like, this hand is sweet. Snap keep. I'm like, this hand is garbage. Red white land was in the bin.
The guy goes scored a long time ago. So yes. While these players are sideboarding for game 2, we're gonna pull up the standings coming into tonight and let you know what's going on with the players so far. Of course, David Weisenberg's at the top of the leaderboard going into tonight, and he is locked to win the league. So congratulations to him.
And he's not having fun tonight. He's playing Mardu Pyromancer.
What a boring combos for David tonight.
What a boring person.
Keep in mind too that these standings players have had their lowest week drop, and both Justin, Mark, and Chuck had a 0-pointer coming into tonight, so they have no room to mess up. Justin has some leeway over the rest of the pack, and he won his first round. Mark also won his first round, so they have some legs up. Phil also won his first round.
So Phil's actually in 4th now.
Yeah, Phil was in 4th.
Because Chuck, Patrick, and Robert lost?
Correct, yes. Chuck, Patrick, and Robert all lost. So if Phil can beat Mark, that's going to put him tied for Mark for 3rd place. Going to set up a really interesting rest of the night for those 2 players. But Justin won his first round in the driver's seat for 2nd place. So we'll see how. We'll keep you up to date throughout the rest of the night as to how things fold for the race for 2nd and 3rd. Of course, next month, we're doing Model League again for August. The 4 Tuesdays in August, and we're doing cash prizes. First place will win money with a cool $100. Second place $50. Third and fourth will walk away with $25 for their troubles. If you live in the Cincinnati area and want to be a part of the Model League, and come on down to GameSwap Mason every Tuesday night in August.
What do I need to do to be in the league, Jake?
You need to be at least a $5 patron at patreon.com/TopDeckProductions.
Interesting.
Keep your eyes peeled to facebook.com/TopDeckProductions for more details and a full information that I will post personally tomorrow about the August Model League.
So really come out one, come all.
Yes, really excited to see how see who comes out and how these players perform for with actual cash up.
And our goal is to keep it building and be able to give out continually more prizes.
Yeah, we want to give out more prizes, want to give out more cash, more support for the players. And
keep in mind, you're also eligible for the store prizes too.
That is too. Yeah, you get
because every week here at GameSwap, you're also in the store tournament. You're just in the overall league. So not only do you win the top deck prizes, which will be $100 for first place next month, you also win store credit if you finish X1 and 1 or better, I believe.
You have a very profitable night, month, I should say.
I think you get like 30 or 40 for XO.
Normally like 22.50 for what normally people do if not in the league, since league players cannot split. Like on past Wednesday, I split, went 3-0-1 in standard and got 22.50 for my trouble. So
yeah, but you know what Jake should have been doing last Wednesday?
What?
You should have been joining in the adventure of a lifetime with your delightful friends. We're playing Gloomhaven. And Jake Valentine refuses to be our 4th.
I'm doing my own adventure. I'm playing some No Man's Sky. I'll actually be streaming that on Thursday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about Saturday?
Saturday, we're all going to stream some Drunken Mario Kart. Myself, you, Rob Meadows, my girlfriend Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm gonna wreck face, and that's because I'm terrible at Mario Kart, but I'm good at face punches.
Yeah, check that out at twitch.tv/hopeless, HOP3LESS. But for now, we got game number 2. Yes, No Man's Sky did get a lot better.
Who cares?
There's still, it's still lacking a greater sense of purpose. And
Stony Silence doesn't really do anything.
No. It's a trick or non-activated ability of the Amulet. So if No Man's Sky, there's more to do. You can base build. There's more missions, more quests.
Mark plays a basic force, just passes back.
There's a lot to do now, but if you still need the game to force you to go certain places,
going to play a bugler on turn 3
with a strong narrative focus, No Man's Sky won't be for you. If you're patient and curious,
that's self-spirit,
you want to live out life as an astronaut exploring the galaxy, or if you like pain and misery and want to play in survival permadeath, then go ahead and play No Man's Sky.
Mark here, tanking for turn 3.
It's an imperfect game, but it can be very enjoyable.
Mark plays a forest for turn 3. We have Azusa.
We have an Azusa, and we got lots of lands in Mark's hand. Here's a Boris Garrison.
Yeah, Jay Freezy, we failed the first introduction mission twice now. So my tactic was the first room there has 6 enemies because we're playing with 3 people. So what I did is the classic
Arbiter the draw from Phil.
I just ran into the middle of the room and started throwing punches.
You didn't die, though.
Then all 6 people crowded around me. I went from 10 hit points to 1. But I didn't.
Die.
I did not die, though. I did not die. I just eliminated the possibility of winning. So one of our friends named Prakash, who is quite astute at these board games, has decided to take pity on us tomorrow.
Again, Sonic Silence does not... It stops engineered explosives, to be fair.
It stops EE and it stops walking ballista, but it's still... It is too narrow.
Yes, agreed.
If I'm Phil, I kill this garrison right now. Because value.
Phil's going to try to do that. Here's a dismember.
Oh, Mark!
On
Nice.
the Arbiter.
Very nice.
Play by Mark. He'll
Very
take
nice.
4 life. Well, actually 2 life, because he ended the black source off of the gemstone.
Very nice. Very nice.
So Phil trying the heads-up play, but Mark had it all scattered out there.
Yeah, he did. So he's played the deck once or twice.
A handful of times.
Yeah. All right, so as Mark shuffles up there, he finds a basic forest once again.
Phil's just going to pass it back.
So again, we'll see what Mark has, because now he's kind of choked on 4 mana. He does have Slayer's Stronghold in his hand, which he doesn't want to actually.
He drew a...
But he's going to play that and Slayer's Stronghold. Both come and play on tap. Plays Primal Titan. All right, so he's going to get...
No Amulet, though, but still a 6/6 here from Mark. Yeah,
without the...
We're going to see... It's going to be really interesting to see what Mark gets, because there's no Amulet in play here, so... It's not... These aren't freebies he's getting. And, of course, again, the Burrow's Garrison is in the...
Yeah, interesting enough that...
Yeah, he has 1 more land to play as well for the turn. He's going to get 2 Growth Chambers.
Interesting enough, I always forget the Sun, Home, Fortress, Legion, and Boros Garrison do not come into play
Untapped?
tapped.
They come to play untapped?
Well, not off Titan. Everything comes into play off Titan tapped.
Correct, yeah, but normally...
Yeah, it just weirded me out because Mark just played it. All right, so he bounces...
I like to do a lot. Bounces the Scry
Temple of Mystery.
Bounces the Gemstone of 1 cavern with 1 cavern left. He's going to Scry, put it on the bottom, and passes it back.
And Phil is
a lot of work
hurting here.
He needs...
He needs his 4... He needs some of his 4 pass.
There's a point. There's a start for Path to Exile.
See what he's got.
I think he has
Mirror Crusader's not the worst. He does have it. Interesting that he did not wait till the upkeep. I guess Mark's out of his 3 forests. So
yes,
if Phil knew that, then good on him. But otherwise, traditionally, you want to wait till the upkeep, so the land does come into play tapped. So he drew Ghost Quarter. So it's Layer West Ghost Quarter, Gemstone Mine.
If you're Mark, do you just pick up another Summoner's Pack for another Titan here for this to Layer West?
Yeah, we got some glare, but that's just like he's just going for that.
Yep.
So, yep, he has 6 mana again. Yep.
We're to transmute.
Yep. So we're just gonna keep the line of idiots going. So and again, Phil's not really doesn't have a meaningful clock. This is what I was talking about with Path to Exile. So Path to Exile deals with Mark's big idiots.
Yes.
But Phil doesn't have a meaningful clock here. You know, Phil's played decently, but his cards aren't impactful enough. So he can Ghost Quarter him. But that's not how you win the long game. He really needs to see a card like Mirror Crusader. Mark has nothing that blocks Mirror Crusader besides Walking Ballista. Even the traditional other sideboard, the Hornet Queen or even Rurik Thar doesn't do anything.
No, because they're all green creatures.
That is correct. That is correct.
Mirror Crusader does not care about green creatures.
Does not. Or black.
No.
Yeah. Nobody plays Phyrexian Crusader, though. Because nobody cares about Infect. Or if they do, they're not on the market for a 3-mana Infect creature.
I can see Richella playing Phyrexian Crusader.
Card is sweet. There's like mono black Infect. They play like Plague Stinger, though. Alright, so he gets Cruel Turf in Player West. He uses the bounce trigger to bounce to Player West. There's Phyrexian Crusader. I was on the Phyrexian faction, by the way. Mirrored Impure or New Phyrexia when you pick sides. So, of course, there's Mark's Pact Idiot Trigger, or the card on top of his deck.
Yes.
Some people frown on this. The rules have changed on and off about this, but it's generally viewed as okay to put reminders on top of your library. That rule actually has changed a couple times about you being able to use reminders.
Why is that, you think? There's another path there from Phil. So two Titans down.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why you would have something against that.
Is there just a difference between something like that and just a normal die?
To me, a reminder's a reminder. You pick Phyrexia? Heck yeah, I pick Phyrexia. Let's bring back the Phyrexians, by the way. Let's bring back some real villains. Forget this Nicol Bolas crap. Nicol Bolas is boring.
You have some strong feelings, by the way, about Nicol Bolas.
It's just
the lack of Ugin in the core set.
Yeah. Ugin should have been included.
I concur.
So Jake can talk about that because Maro actually responded to Jake on the tweeter.
Daddy responded to me.
The genocidal maniac. Yeah, kill them all. Kill them all. Kill all the. Like, I mean, what do you expect? You're humans that live on a plane of metal that's fabricated and was by Karn.
You're not killing. You're trying to assemble completely.
No, you're perfecting them. It's not killing. They're being rebirthed.
So Mark is getting another Summoner's Pack for another Titan. So essentially, the biggest complaint Mark Walzer had in his questionnaire article for Core 19 was, why was Ugin not in the set? The answer he gave in the article was the wrong answer, I feel like.
The wrong answer.
Storyline-wise, Ugin wasn't in the story. They didn't decide Bolas and Ugin were twins until it was too late in development of the card. You couldn't go back. He told me that even though Bolas and Ugin had a lot of history, and if you don't know the history, just look at the card Crux of Fate. It's them in the artwork, and it's a quote about their everlasting war. But the biggest reason was they made, and this is something they mentioned as well in the past, in one of the lead-up articles before or during Quarantine Spoiler Season, was that they decided they wanted 5 monocolored walkers that have all dealt with Bolas at some point, and the Bolas was the 6th walker. This is generally more walkers that would be in standard. I know there's precedent for core sets having 5 walkers, but recently haven't had core sets. So this is the first time in a couple of years we've had 5 walkers released in one set, and with Bolas it's a 6 walker.
They've done anything from like 3 to 5 though.
Yeah, they've mentioned they were a little nervous about having this many planeswalkers enter standard all at once, so they wanted them to all to be niche. So when you take that with the fact that from a design standpoint they wanted only monocolored walkers plus Bolas, Ugin is not a monocolored walker. That is a colorless walker. So from that standpoint,
oh man, you could have a 4/4 for 4 Carlos that flips for 8. That'd be sick.
It would be sick. But from that standpoint, the reason he gave me as a Twitter reply, I get it. The story standpoint, I don't get it at all. But from the design standpoint, the balancing standpoint, it makes total sense. You have a question for Paulo Theodoro. Why EE against Titan?
You mean with Titan or against Titan?
I imagine he asks with Titan. Against Titan doesn't do anything.
Well, I mean, it does.
Slowly sounds.
It doesn't do anything.
Ironically, stops explosives. It stops ballista, but it does not stop.
It's not enough. You're literally, that's 2 cards out of their deck. If you're sideboarding a card for 2 cards, then I'm pretty sure that's just a waste of a sideboard card.
It's the Blood Moon damping spear argument against.
He's literally better off boarding in 4 Seeming Spirit Guides and 4 Blood Moons.
Yeah, it is better. I feel like it's better for Phil to kill his opponent than to hinder his opponent.
Yeah, so Jay Freezy's right, Ballista and EE, but that just doesn't do enough. That's way too narrow.
It's not stopping these Titans.
No.
That's what you have to stop against this deck, because Mark is just going.
No, like I said, if you don't have a meaningful clock against Amulet Titan, let's have a bad draw. You're just not going to do enough. You literally have to kill a ton of their lands. If you had even like a Surgical, which I don't think is very good here.
Bob German Courage Prairie is 0-1.
He's 0-1.
He's all but dead to Prides in the league. So for those who don't know what Mark is doing right now, essentially he transmuted Talaria West. That's going to get a 0 CMC card. He chooses Summoner's Pact. He casts that for free. He gets a Titan, gets more lands. He gets to bounce another Talaria West to his hand with the bounce of the bounce lands he gets. Casts Talaria West again, transmutes again, gets another Summoner's Pact, another Titan, more lands.
Yeah, so he just goes Kerchow.
Yeah, he goes Kerchow. Yeah. But since there's no Amulet, there's no Boros Garrison, there's no Hasteland, he can't kill him this turn. However, he's in really good shape.
Oh, he's attacking for, what, 8? He's attacking for 14.
Yes. Mark's also apparently out of Talaria Wests.
Oh, heaven forbid. I mean, that's what happens, you know.
Of note, too, I named my home planet on my first base planet in No Man's Sky, Talaria West.
I mean, that game's already dead to me.
My opening system is...
What's green in Phil's list? I'm not sure. He's probably just cycling.
Yeah, he used to play green-white taxes, but he's mono-white and just using that to cycle.
Yeah, cycle, because he also plays... Horizon Cannon doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, you're just drawn with that.
It's a fetchable plains, also, that happens to also be able to be cycled, because Phil, I think, only plays 3 or 5 basic planes, which seems like a very small amount. I was having a conversation with him in between rounds because it seems like he gets color screwed quite frequently on camera.
Who, Phil?
Although he assures me that's not a large sample size, and I say nanner, nanner, boo boo, shuffler, shuffler, shuffler.
You don't like the Magic Online Shuffle.
I think Magic Online's a garbage program, and yet I still play it all the time.
You do. What is your Twitter, if anyone ever wants to see your rants that you send?
I refuse to give up my Twitter. It's Adamolts4.
Yes, we're going to start a tip jar soon for every time he complains. So
we already have that going. I'm only up to $1.70 because you have to catch me.
So follow Adamolds4 on Twitter. Every time you see him complaining, let us know. We'll start a tip jar.
Oh, $1.90.
10 cents a complaint.
Do you like my current name on Twitter?
Today's a good day to die?
No, I changed it.
What is it now?
Go ahead, check it out. Check it out. What's my name, Jake?
It is Fire All Magic Online Employees.
Yeah.
His most recent tweet is involving him playing Limited. He has 2 swamps on the battlefield, a Child of Night on the battlefield, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 blue cards in hand.
Yeah. Working as designed. Anyways, we're not complaining. I can't owe any other money. Nothing is green. Horizon Academy just draws a card. Yeah, so he's just playing the he's just playing it to cycle.
Yes.
Because if you draw that card late, you can just cycle it.
Meanwhile, Mark, again, just doing Amulet things here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get him on a board state. He's getting awful messy here.
He has more lands he knows what to do with. He has a walking ballista in hand, but you know what he can't do with that ballista?
He can't shoot things, but he can make a gigantic thingamabobber and give it haste. You think he bored in the fling? No?
Does that even play fling?
No. Oh my god, he's gonna board and crush the blood braid. The blood braid in. Oh my god. Oh my god, we just broke the format, Jake.
Flesh blood?
Flesh blood. I mean, that could actually
Arch Freeman are mentioning that Mark can indeed, in fact, turn ballista.
You know, if they actually run out, they can actually beat a bridge, a staring bridge, because you can attack with your plant tokens because they don't have Defender, then pump them with Slayer Stronghold or Boris Garrison.
Oh my god.
Yeah, seen that happen. Yeah, that is the tech. What's better than Noble Hierarch attacking? A plant token without Defender. Because why it doesn't have Defender, I don't even know. But it doesn't.
How do you feel about Vimare having hexproof?
I think so it's way too good for the other ponies. And because I don't want to be complaining, I just think hexproof is a non-interactive mechanic.
Mark is very, very far ahead here, Mr. Grouse.
Hello, Michael.
Also, Michael Grouse, people are requesting some fish to appear in the store. And I don't know if you caught our announcement for the Mono League, but in August, top 4 get cash prizes. So,
did we unmod everybody, by the way?
I'm going to bug you about that. I'm not sure about unmodding.
Do we have any mods? Why did we unmod everybody?
I'm not sure.
I love modding everybody. Okay, we're going to start modding people. Teddy, you want to be a mod? You're here all the time. One Violence want to be a mod?
The plants came with Avengers, so they need to attack. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, cash prize is $100 for first.
Yes, $100 for first, $50 for second, third and fourth get $25 for the trouble. Yeah. And that's all on top of the
swords for everybody. Yeah, mod the entire chat.
That's all on top.
Mod
of
everybody. Everybody.
Payouts here at the store.
Do you think that would be like we order like chaos at all? If literally everybody had a sword,
it'll be terrible.
Merfolk can make a comeback then. It can, or you can play the better Merfolk dog, which is known as humans. But Mike would never ever. Although he plays Burn, he's played Burn a couple times.
I don't believe it. Mike plays.
He played Burn in standard when Boros Reckoner was a thing. To quite good success.
He plays Merfolk and Dota 2, and that's it.
Dota 2 is a thing. Is that like League of Legends?
It's better.
Is it? Yeah. Is it?
So all Mark has to do here is figure out how does he win.
I see Phil come back from worse once. I mean, anything's possible, right? You know, I could die happy and not alone.
I feel like a meteor can strike Mark here and he still win.
You know, Jake could actually fulfill a proposition and actually show up with a Waluigi mustache on Friday.
Waluigi sucks.
On Saturday.
Waluigi is garbage.
You know, and you know, once upon a time. Yeah, so Mark just has an E and a bliss in his hand. Hello. Yeah.
Steven, I hate you so much.
Yeah, I agree with them. Yeah.
If you ask me, Han is better than all of them.
Benihana? I love Benihana. Is that what you said? I was chillaxing back here, relaxing, all cool. Playing some b-ball after
they started making trouble in the neighborhood.
Got in one little fight, and my mom got scared. She said, "You moved to Auntie and Uncle Bella." But I had my hand on Jake's chair, and then he got disgusted with me because he's a horrible human being.
So is Mark just making a gigantic ballista here? He cannot activate. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, make a giant beater.
Mark's saying you can't block all this forever.
7.
He's got a point.
Make it for 7. 7. Well, I actually... Give it haste.
Because why not?
Because it doesn't have trample. See, it's gonna come down to the tech. So Phil could actually still win this game. It works well with a walking ballista.
What's that?
Is a flicker wisp. I heard that's good.
Here's the attack.
Haste and vigilance.
I don't know if Mark has any more relevant lands.
He might deck himself. Oh, he has a swag tusk. I've spent this. All right. Well, you're welcome to come try. Look.
So Jay Freeze said they spent this entire match to figure out how hard it is, how it's possible to fall.
Well, look. What I want to do is I wanted Jake to join us, and then we can chronicle our escapades on Twitter and other social media.
Do it on not Wednesday.
Just don't play standard.
I like standard a lot.
And then you'd get to know a first-hand scenario of how amazing I am. So like one of the
you ran into the room and attacked out to everybody.
I went. I did the blood braid chant. All right, so more importantly, the first scenario is something like, you're hungry, you're walking in the woods alone. Shia LaBeouf. No. We were
So here's an interesting block. This kills the Titan, correct?
That's six power of first strike. So that does kill the Titan.
Okay. Goodbye, Amulet. Goodbye.
Yeah, Phil might actually be able to grind this match out because Mark doesn't have enough threats. Actually, he does.
Lump is maybe the second time you see.
He does. If Mark brought in,
he has the swag tusk.
Swag tusk, or if he brought in Queen Bee, Hornet Queen.
I don't think he brought in Hornet Queen though.
Seems slow, but because 7 is a lot different than 6. So yeah, so we're gonna ask. So our first quest was it was like it's a verbal. You go like a forward against it. So we were hungry, and we were walking. We saw berries. So the question is, do you eat the green berries? Or do you eat your normal rations?
Attack for 3 in the air there from Phil. Mark goes down to 11.
So what do you think the solution was, Jake?
What, to eat the berries?
Snap eat the berries. Snap eat the berries. So we got some sweet like ×2 power card in our deck. It worked out well.
Blaze special number 2 on the battlefield. 3 golems out for Phil. What did you know that the clock is a thing, and a loss here in the grand scheme of things for Phil, a tie rather, is a loss.
It is. Mark doesn't care.
Mark does not care. Really upset that Mark's round 1 opponent scooped to him, because this would have been even more interesting if Mark would have had 2 unintentional draws.
He actually drew his round 1. Yeah. So we're sad. We want him to do bad because he's
it remained for better television.
Yeah. So yeah. So I was looking at Gloomhaven like tip things, but then I decided not to. I felt like I want to go with the pureness of Gloomhaven experience, running into a room with 6 guys and fighting them all.
My plan for Gloomhaven is to let you all figure everything out, and then I'll play.
No, you're not invited anymore, Jake. But I'm still going to give you crap about it every time
I'll buy my own game and invite you. How's that?
Deal. That's out like $140.
That's actually GameSwap Mason here sells it for $125.99.
Perfect. I had mine for a little like 6 months sitting there. Are there not counters on that mine? We just have.
I have no idea, to be honest.
State base, it's dead.
Thank you, Mr. or MR_MKTM for the follow. Appreciate you. And thank you, Armstrong. Also, double follow all around.
It has counters. Thanks. I just said state-based. All right, so I'm going to play... I wonder how big...
Mark cannot give this Ballista Trample, correct?
He cannot. There's no card in his deck that gives Trample. He is not playing in the Miser Wolf run. Yeah, so I think Mark's actually going to lose this game.
Needs...
Because I don't imagine he brought in something like Nature's Claim.
Game 1, he had a really
if he has a Reclamation Sage... He probably took out Reclamation Sage, too.
He had a really clutch draw at Game 1 with the Primal Titan when he needed it. We'll see if he can get the swag test here as well.
Triple block. Ooh, this is going to end bad for Phil.
What? How did they...
He gave it double strike.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was 9 double strike, first 9 first strike.
Yeah, it's kind of bad for Phil, but at the same time, it's off the table. A gigantic creature is off the table.
So I think Mark's on the draw the game plan. Because he cannot win, and neither of them will have enough time to win game.
A draw is not the end result for Mark. He was up points on everyone else coming in tonight.
Yeah.
A draw for Phil is very bad, though.
I mean, Phil would still hold on to 4th, probably.
Yes. Thank you, Circuitova for the follow.
Circuit?
I think.
Circuitova.
I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think.
Yeah, I wish you were.
It'd be great if it was. Don't forget, if you want to support us too, be sure to subscribe here on Twitch. You have Amazon Prime. You get the free Twitch Prime. Just connect to 2 accounts. So you get the free Twitch Prime sub each and every month. It helps fun things with the equipment we get here and this Modern League.
Till they go to turns, Phil seems to get one attack for the. No, they're not at turns yet.
They're not at turns
so
yet.
This is what I don't understand. So if I'm Phil, I'm literally turning my stuff sideways and saying go. Oketra the Pure. Can we bring up Oketra?
Bring up the Oketra, yeah, because that's going to be a really good way for Phil to just close out this game.
No, he already has it. Literally, he just... and with this happening, I'd just be encouraging Mark to play faster. And I'm just going to attack you. Because Mark has no other way to deal with the creature. Oh, the True. Oketra the True. This is one of the single-colored God cycle from Amulet. So it's a 4-mana, 3/6, double strike, indestructible. But it has a different... they got rid of Devotion, and these had conditional attacker blocks. So they're still creatures, unlike Devotion. Devotion enchantments weren't creatures unless they met a certain condition. And the card disappeared. Perfect. So it says double strike, indestructible. Catch with the True can't attack or block unless you control 3 other creatures, which is important. For 4 mana, you make a 1/1 warrior token with vigilance.
Yeah, Phil can win this game, but in the
Phil's won this game.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of the match, a draw is essentially lost for Phil in the grand scheme of things in terms of the league standings.
Phil is going to
Tusk.
He drew a Thragtusk. That is so tilting.
Mark did.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's going to. So if he hastes attack this, he's literally just going to make a token, and the Oketra is going to block the Thragtusk. So that's all Phil has to do the rest of this game is just encourage Mark to play faster.
Yes.
So you have some chance at winning a game 3, because that's what I care about if I'm Phil. Phil should be aware that there's 4 minutes on the clock. Yes. Keep in mind it's both players' responsibilities to play at a even pace. I think they've been doing a reasonable time doing that, although Mark has been taking slightly longer, but his deck is more complicated. But again,
pretty long turns because this is the nature of playing Amulet Titan.
It is. So Phil, both players have every right to ask their opponents to play quicker. Archangel Avacyn.
That's going to be pretty interesting here from Phil. Gives him a free attack and gives him more aerial damage.
Yeah, so Mark is just dead. Okay, yeah, so he just... So I'm surprised, why did Mark attack with... Mark forgets the token, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised Mark gave it haste because Oketra could just make a token and literally just eat the Thragtusk with the token. So Phil, just attack here. I'm not sure what we're attack with the stuff in there. He could have just made a token attack with everything, and the Mark was dead. I would just not even look and then fail to find real quick.
Yeah.
So we're literally just wasting time here, guy. Yeah. Guy. So I'm sorry if I sound frustrated. It's just I don't want to see a league game end in a draw. But that looks like where we're headed because. Yeah. All right. Come on, guys.
Something to be said about being super sure you're winning.
Yeah. There's no card they could have unless he has a.
Also, I believe Mark's up 1.
Fire Spout wouldn't even get this done, because it would flip the Avacyn.
We're in game 3. They're gonna have to play a quick one here. Again, Mark is in the grand scheme of things okay.
I'd just like to point out that I find it humorous that Phil is shuffling vigorously when he was playing rather slowly. At the end there, when Mark was literally, I would just, if that's me, like I get sometime in limit, I'm going to just draw my card, attack, kill you.
A draw here for Phil was bad. However, I'm 99% sure that Mark
is not a death knell.
It's not the end of the world for Phil, but it's not a good thing as well.
So it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a thing. Jake, how's your girlfriend doing?
She's doing really good.
Okay.
She finally watched Stranger Things.
Did she watch both seasons?
I'm not sure. I want to give an update because, again, the lowest week for all these players is going to be dropped. Reason, you can check out deck list at topdeckproductions.com/decks. There you go. Yep, there's a link. So I'm going to pull up the... So Mark Larson was not here week 1 of the league, which means he has a 0-point showing on this league. Which means, in theory, he can only get
that should be a quote.
points.
It's a thing. Yeah, I wish we had iQuote. Do we have that enabled? iQuote.
I'm not sure if we do or not. Players, very already.
It should. Ren, take a note. It's a thing. Nice. All right. Mark actually might.
Ideal start. He's got the Titan in hand.
So I think Mark actually might just be able to pull this out.
There's an Arbiter. That's a
problem.
Really good play there from Phil in turn 2.
Yeah. That's the quote. Because usually there's a command to save a quote.
And comes the Boros Garrison.
So it's 3 mana.
That's 3 mana indeed.
So he gets 2 more land drops because he has the
Do you
Tribe Scout.
pack for Azusa here? No, you don't, because it does literally nothing. That's right.
It doesn't do anything. He also doesn't have any. He doesn't have any lands.
He needs a bounce land.
So it looks like this is going to go to turns here.
Yes. Attack for the Arbiter. Mark takes 2. Looks like Phil play Stony Silence. We're gonna have the hand force there.
Yeah.
And Mark gets a land. He gets the Frag Tusk and he gets in with the Scout.
Gets the beat in with the Scout.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's gonna be real awkward if Phil just plays Mirror Crusader.
Yes. There's an land.
There's a lot of Flicker Wisps and
Phil.
Leon and Arbiter. I'm just chump blocking if I'm Phil.
Yeah.
Don't. All right. Pro tip: don't bounce the Thrag Tusk. Just saying.
Concur.
Thrag Tusk is weird, and it doesn't have a die play. It doesn't have a die trigger. It has a Leaves play trigger.
Drop return with Azusa, not a land there for Mark, and Mark is turn 0 as he attacks him for some more. He's a difference in double strike as well.
What's that 2? Take 2 damage.
Turn 1 for Phil. He's at 18.
Can he get it?
Mark just not having that 6 mana source. And
Land
that's
an Arbiter.
another Arbiter. That's pretty clutch enough for... Phil knows he needs to not lose here. He knows that his best chance is a draw.
Yeah, Mark can't actually win this game.
Vesuva the draw there from Mark.
Mark would have had Primal Titan.
Too little, too late there.
He can't find anything. I mean, he could beat down Primal Titan.
Yeah, he only has 1 turn to deal the damage.
Yeah.
And even still, he can't search his library.
Is that Sheffet Dune?
Where?
On the battlefield? Is that a Sheffet Dune?
On Phil's side? No, it's a...
Are you sure?
Which one? That one?
The bottom. In the middle. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty
The one on the right.
That's the...
Yeah, it's a
That's
Sheffet
the
Dune.
colorless desert land that becomes a creature.
Oh, what is it called? Sheffet Dune, am I right?
No, it is not Sheffet Dune. It's like Hostile Desert.
Yeah, Hostile Desert, something like that.
Yeah, Hostile Desert. Let's pull up the Hostile Desert for everyone at home to see.
Oh, Sheffet Dune's the white one. We're gonna call it even. I recognize it was a desert. It's the same thing. It's a thing. Summon of Courts just becomes a creature when you remove a land from your graveyard.
Yes.
2 mana exile land from your graveyard. Hostile Desert becomes a 3/4 elemental creature until end of turn. So it's a interesting version of a creature land.
Mark gets 1 turn to deal 17 damage here. Can
he do it?
And then he just passed. I don't think he can do it.
All right, so we're gonna get a little handshake Rooney here. We're gonna take like a 2-second break and be back for round 3.
No, I think Mark just in frustration did that. Normally you pass, you do the hand gesture. This is just a frustration one. He's going to attack. He
does get the untap trigger.
Yes, he does. Can he do enough? That's the question. He's doing 6.
Cannabis, we appreciate
11.
you like the commentary of me making fun of Jake. Waka waka.
Can he give that? Can he give it double strike?
Can he do it? That's a double strike land. I can't see what's in the middle. What's next to the Vesuva?
I think it is double strike land. That's next to Vesuva.
Yeah. He gets the untap triggers. Can he do it?
Yeah, that's the.
Is that? But even still, that's 17 on board. Right? No, that is 17 on board. So Phil doesn't have a land in his graveyard, but he has a resto. Oh, daggers! I just would have shown Mark right away. Blink your Titan. Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Primeval Titan. We're gonna double block on the Thrag Tusk, and that will wrap.
Prompt a double strike there from Arklar.
Mark unable to seal the deal.
He looks so dejected.
Bobby Plateau is 0-1 after the first round. We'll see how he's doing. We'll give you up to date on everyone that's live for prizes here.
All right, so we got
a draw.
Mark goes to turns 2 rounds in a row, but Phil does not give him the mercy scoop.
No, because both players are still alive.
They're still alive.
Big sigh there from Mark.
I feel like Mark owes 1 to Phil because Mark still has more points than he should have at 3. So I think just give this 1 to Phil.
So we're gonna take a quick little.
So I'm gonna take Phil's beard in a fight of beards.
We'll take Phil's beard.
Yeah.
That is a fair assessment.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to check in to see how everyone else out there is doing. We'll come back in a couple minutes, round 3. We'll keep you up to date, let you know how everyone is doing for second and third place. Because again, David Weisenberg is locked for first place.
Got it on lockdown.
Had it on a lockdown. So
he had it wired. I think he had it wired to wire. I think he started 4-0.
Yeah, he started 4-0 and just never relinquished his
Never
lead.
looked back.
But yeah, if you like what you see, give us a follow here on Twitch so you know when we go live. Be sure to subscribe to us too. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link that to your Twitch account and get Twitch Prime. That
It's free.
One free sub
It's
each
free.
and every month, and yes, it is free.
Is it free, Jake?
It is free.
Oh my God!
It is free to support us. If you really want to support us, be sure to become a Patreon at patreon.com/TopDeck. That helps fund things like the Model League we do each and every month. Because next month in August is a cash prize league as well.
And what if I find you not boring and like to see what you tweet during the day? How can I follow you, Jake?
You can follow me on Twitter at Hopeless, HOP3LESS.
Wow.
Waka waka wow.
All right, so that'll do it for round 2.
We'll be back for round 3 of the Tuesday Night Modern and the Tuesday Night Modern League in just a moment.
Stay tuned.
I saw Balos in a sideboard. I wouldn't be opposed to bringing those in.
Oh yeah, you bring those in because you